Evening, lovelies. It's the time of the night when we're gonna get deep, yeah, get deep, do something, get put our minds right with a positive talk, tuck in with a pillow thoughts. Yeah. I'm going slow jam karaoke this week. I think I'm getting ready for it. I mean, that's what's happening. This weekend's gonna be fun. But before we think ahead, how has your weeks been? Your previous weeks? I hope it's been good. Yeah, I hope so, because like I need to have a bit of a woo about my past week. My past week has been amazing. Like it really has been. From like the video, I'm really just loving doing these videos. I'm trying to say I'm so excited. I need to stop saying that. But I am literally just loving doing these videos. It's episode 4, guys. Ooh. And I really need to say thank you to you guys who are sharing, talking about them, watching them. Like literally, it's been really nice this week because people that I hadn't even shared it with like came and said to me, like, you know, they thought it was good and stuff, and that I'm adding value. So I thought, like, wow, man, that's really why I'm doing it. Obviously I'm doing it to be like a bit silly and to have some fun. But I'm also doing it to try and add value and, you know, help people adopt a positive mindset. So awesome, thank you. Also I had another date this week, which was like fun. With my boyfriend. I'm calling him my boyfriend. He's my boyfriend. And if he watches this video, okay, that would be like but you have to believe to receive, and it's like so getting there. So I'm just gonna keep on going. And the icing on the sugar, I think, had to be the icing on the sugar, the icing on the cake. I think it had to be being on Rinse FM this weekend, or last weekend on Saturday, which was amazing. And it was extra amazing because it wasn't the first time I've done it, but this time I got to do it with my friend Jordan, because he produces shows down there, and it was amazing. Like we just had so much fun. We had so much fun, and I was like being myself, and it was just cool. And it made me really think, like, oh my goodness, like how amazing can friends be? So guys, I want us to think about this, like how amazing can friends be? Because I didn't always kind of think like this, and I did used to be a lot more negative when it came to my friendships, and I guess quite resentful and feel a bit sad towards some of my friendships and my friends, because I was looking at them to provide me with appreciation or acknowledgement, or like essentially love, that I wasn't providing myself. And we've spoken about this, like if you are seeking happiness outside of yourself, you're never going to feel content. Like you can get support, yes, but really you need to fill yourself up with love, which is not what I was doing. I was just all about the hater, you know. So I did used to have some negative friendships, and it was hard to decipher, because I do believe that although one should love unconditionally, and this is how I'm trying to live my life now, loving unconditionally, which in the modern day world looks like, okay, I followed you on Twitter and you haven't followed me back. That's cool because I love you anyway. Alright, I called you a couple times. I ain't heard nothing, but that's cool because I love you anyway. Loving unconditionally. However, being positive with yourself and loving and respecting yourself means that you also kind of need to have boundaries as well. So what I really had to do was look at my friendships with compassion and awareness to establish which ones were nourishing and which ones were draining. Because everything is energy, like we know this. Science has taught us this. that everything is energy. And that's the same with our interactions, isn't it? Like, you can feel, well, your feelings give you a really good insight to how you're, or what you're thinking, how you're thinking, what you're thinking. And when we're done interacting with certain people, we either are feeling and thinking good things because we're all like hyped and energized and inspired and empowered, or we're feeling like drained, literally. You know, when you come from people and you're just like, someone says, how's so-and-so? Just like, yeah, you know how they are, like, we can't be feeling like this, guys. We need to back away from those people. Yeah? So, the love note this week is to establish, with compassion and awareness, your nourishing relationships or friendships, or draining friendships or relationships. Because compassion helps us to understand that, you know what, life goes on, life happens for people, innit? Like, people are going to be busy, and if they don't get back to you straight away, like, you understand, because you don't get back to certain people straight away, or you don't necessarily make it to every event, or, you know, say the right things at the right time straight away. However, awareness helps us realize, okay, well, you may not do it straight away, but you do it, and you can actually be quite consistent with those things. Or that although you may not turn up to this or that, you make sure you show that person how bad you feel about it, because you know what it meant to them. So you would expect that same treatment. Things like that, you know. Compassion, awareness, to help establish what's nourishing and what's draining. So, guys, as Jim Rohn says, we become like the 5 people that we spend the most time with. I think what we should do is take 2 people, the 2 people that we spend the most time with, like those 2 really good friends of ours, and ask yourself, how do I feel when I'm done interacting with them? If you feel good, then woo, you tell them, because actually we want to feel appreciated, so do they. Make sure that they know that they are nourishing friends and that they're doing a great job being your friend, and that you love and appreciate them. Snap for those people. Or if they're draining friendships, obviously I can't say to you like ditch your friends in it, because it can be harsh depending on not how seriously you're taking things, but just the impact that you want things to have. And by that I mean, like, you can sort of start to distance yourself away from people without it necessarily being like this huge melodrama like that I kind of used to have when I used to do it when I was a bit younger, because I was emotional. I didn't actually realise how emotional I was, but I was very emotional, and when I felt like my love wasn't being reciprocated, I used to take that really personally, kind of shut down and just cut people out. And if you're someone that I did that to, and you so happen to be watching this, but if you are, then I'm proper sorry, because that's not how I should have been acting. But, you know, you're young, you're hormonal. No excuses. That's not what I should have been acting. That's not how I should have been. But, you know, anyhow, oh, feel all good and stuff. Then, I'm not over. It's not over. I want you to flip it. Put yourself in the shoes of those 2 people who would say you, and ask, am I being nourishing or am I being draining? I hope that, like, when you guys watch this, you feel nourished and, like, empowered and inspired. Like, that's, I really do hope that, like, thank you for those of you who've kind of, like, you know, let me know that already. It's okay. And I hope anyone else who does, like, watch this, seriously, like, feel nourished, you know? Yes. So do those things. Ask those questions. How are they making me feel? How am I making them feel? Because we need to have compassion and awareness. And remember, a friend in need is a friend indeed. Be that you or your friends. Thank you, Dizzy Rascal, for those kind and truthful words. Don't man like Dizzy. But I'm going to stop now because I'm actually just over 10 minutes and that's like a record. So guys, keep it conscious. Spread love. Until next week. I love you guys. Bye. Night.